Well, Under the Skin certainly fits into the category of movies I've seen this week that by the end leave me wondering what the... Okay, so Under the Skin is directed by Jonathan Glazer and stars the wonderful Scarlett Johansson. And I guess the first thing that I want to say is that I do love art films. There's many that I like. Last year's Her was my #1 of 2013. But what I don't like, and sometimes critics baffle me with this, is that when art films become art for the sake of being art, when it has no foundation or real purpose. What Under the Skin felt like to me was that Glazer approached a blank canvas, took his brushes and did a whole bunch of brush strokes all over the canvas and had no purpose for any of it. And then at the end said, hey, here's my art. And to me, that doesn't necessarily qualify as good art. I think if you're going to do that, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're going to do that, at least have purpose and a foundation that creates meaning for that. I feel like with Under the Skin, it's more or less just a bunch of scenes that are stitched together that have no purpose or have nothing to do with any of them throughout the entire film. I think Scarlett Johansson is great. I think she's fantastic here. Her performance is real subtle. She has very little dialogue. And when she does, I feel like she delivers it really well. But she really is selling her performance with her body language and things like that. She's essentially seducing a bunch of hitchhikers throughout Scotland and doing who knows what with them because we don't know. I mean, there's just a lot of weird stuff that's happening here. The script is pretty much nonsense. There isn't really much of one. Going back to the purpose, I do think Glazer intentionally is hiding the lack of it. Really creating conversation. I think that's one of the strengths of this film for me, is it at least gets you thinking about what the heck he was trying to do. At least that may work for some. It obviously has worked for a lot of main critics. For me, it doesn't really give me anything to grasp onto. There's nothing to latch onto. This movie is so mundane. It's so dry. And outside of Scarlett Johansson's performance, there's not really much here that is going to engage you. And for me, that just doesn't work. It's too pretentious. It's trying to be something more than I think than what it really is, at least for me. I was, by the end of the movie, I was looking at the projector. I was talking to other people. Like, I was completely not in with what this movie was doing. I just could not get on board with it. I know a lot of other critics are, and it baffles my mind that critics will bash mainstream films for a lack of focus or a lack of character development or a lack of this, but then we bring it to a film like this and we call it art. And to me, I can't think that way. Like, if I'm going to critique this movie, I'm going to critique this one for the same reasons. Now, understand that this film is doing more. It has very different goals than, let's say, Pacific Rim. I understand that. But overall, there's just nothing here that really is a foundation or that gives me purpose or that even gives me a lack of caring. And this movie showcases Scarlett Johansson naked. That's not even enough for me to get excited. So I think for a lot of people, they can find something here. I had nothing to really grasp onto. This is maybe the worst film I've seen all year. I gave it a D+. I know that I'm very much in the minority in that, so you can take that or leave it however you want. But that is what I graded. I know that we're going to talk about this on an extra film podcast coming up very soon. So be sure to be on the lookout for that. You can see more of our stuff at InSessionFilm.com. Be sure to let us know if you agree or disagree. My guess is you're going to disagree with me. Hit me up on Facebook at facebook.com/InSessionFilm. You can tweet me at InSessionFilm, or you can hit us up on Google Plus as well. But get a hold of me. Let me know what you thought. You can leave a comment below and subscribe to us on YouTube. And we'll hopefully get some more videos up soon. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.